I was born and raised in Tennessee, mostly in the country when I was growing up. I went to a country school and got married a little young, but had a good marriage, and I have 2 children, a son and a daughter. They're both grown. I have 6 grandchildren. I kept getting laid off a lot because of the work in Tennessee and stuff. My mom was always a healthcare worker, and she said, if you want to have a steady job, and I know you do, go to healthcare. And I thought, I can't see myself doing healthcare, but I applied for a part-time job at Dogwood Point in 2011. It was only part-time because I still had grandchildren I was watching.
When I first met Sheila, she's kind of like an onion. You got to peel back the layers. You could tell that she had a lot on her heart, a lot on her mind, but she left everything at the door. Her residence came first.
I started at Dogwood Point right after the COVID era. Staffing was difficult. When I came into that role, there were a lot of positions to fill, and Sheila was my backbone. She's the one who, she trained the new PCAs. She's the one who I always knew she was going to show up.
When I first started, I thought, there's no way I'm going to make this. But every year, it just kept growing and growing because it's made me grow. It made me step back and take more steps to make me a better person.
She's going to come in on her day off to do something extra for that person. She actually nominates to work on every single holiday just so she knows that they're going to get the perfect holiday.
In 2017, I took full custody of 3 of my grandchildren, and they are a handful. They live with me 24/7. A year ago, I lost my husband. He had a lot of sickness those last 2 years he was living, but it was easier for me to take him in his sickness because I had accepted that he was like he was in my residence at work. I learned that it just takes one day at a time. That was my biggest challenge. And after I lost him, even while he was sick, there was days that I said, I don't know what to do. But then I would go to work in my residence and say, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. And, you know, even though my heart was breaking inside because he was sick and he had so much going on too, I could walk in that door and knew that I was wanted.
I feel like watching Sheila go through the things that she's been through and still show up every day on time. She doesn't call in. She weathers the storm. She stays with that grit and that hustle, even though her world feels like it might be falling apart in some of those moments where she's struggling with her family or struggling with her husband that was sick. To see her continue to be strong in those moments is incredible.
To see somebody struggle with so much and have so much on them and still show up and show out every day that's so, I admire her to the fullest. She's more than just my coworker. She's my friend, period. One of my best friends.
I have one little resident, he said, God's gonna have you a crown of jewels because he said, you're a jewel. He said, you're definitely gonna be wearing that crown. And then I have one little resident now that says, you're an angel. I wish you could be here every day, but I know you can't. She said, but you're an angel and I love you so much. And that makes me want to say, you know, it's worth it. It's worth it to me.